Thursday, Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa. Welcome on the show. My name is Wale Scott. Okay, Mukail. You were being very mischievous.
When?
With Victor. Victor is in... welcome on the show, Victor. Where exactly are you in Cameroon right now? Victor.
Garoua.
You are in Garoua. Okay, it's in Garoua.
So there's a place called Hotel Plaza. That's the wonderful...
Now you are doing free adverts, Abi?
You are plugging for...
You are doing adverts.
What's wrong with you?
Can you imagine?
Whatever they've paid you.
How much did they give yourself to Victor? Okay, well, Victor, actually, let's start with the spirits in Garoua. How is it in Garoua right now in Cameroon?
To be honest with you, the fans here, actually, I would say they will pick the national team, the Super Eagles, over the Indomitable Lions because the support yesterday night especially was incredible. Like, after the match, I feel like, because it's a very quiet town, it felt like a carnival. Like, this is like a party. Each time the Super Eagles are playing, it's like a party for them. And it exactly was that, because after the game, the supporters club of the national team, they were still playing music all the way into the stadium, outside the stadium, and people were just dancing and having a good time, enjoying Nigerian music. So they will miss the Super Eagles when we hopefully win our next game and move up to Douala. But for now, they are really enjoying it. Like I said, it's a very quiet town, very peaceful, very cool. But the national team or the Nigerians here are bringing the party to them.
Well, Mukail, let's be honest with ourselves. I don't know what Victor is saying. Nigeria went with 500 supporters club members. And then, of course, there are other people and Nigerians in Cameroon who will be willing to wait for them to actually sing along with them. So Nigeria will always take the party to anyone.
Well, I mean, with the Cameroonians, we certainly have a lot in common. We both love jollof rice, even if we can't agree as to who created it first and whose is better.
It doesn't matter.
But, really. Yes, we've met them in the past a lot of times, and there have been diplomatic relationships extending far back to the Gowon era. So even if the Cameroonians are supporting us in any of our matches, including against...
It's not surprising.
It's not surprising.
Okay, now, Victor, the word on the streets in Nigeria right now, that's the problem. That's the discussion now in Nigeria, in every bar, in every hotel, in every office is. We don't need a Pesero anymore. Eguavoin, Cerezo is doing very well.
If you look across the history, will tell you that when national teams succeed or have great eras is when they have indigenous coaches coaching them. Look at the great Brazilian team of the 90s. They had Brazilian coaches. Even England, their best performances at international competitions in the 60s, in the 90s, and even recently have all been Englishmen. And even Spain, I mean, there are many examples, and I believe that we should start giving our own a chance. So far, so good. This has not been a sentimental fan. This is just me analyzing the game. Nigeria actually has played with a shape. When you get to watch them live, you realize that off the ball, they have a shape. Players are covering for each other. I mean, it's amazing how Godfrey even understood this team better than General Rod did over all these years. And I think I agree with that sentiment. If they've not signed anything yet, I think Godfrey should get a job full-time. And let's even give our own a chance to really explore themselves and showcase their ability as managers. So I agree with that sentiment, yes.
The truth be said, Eguavoin said, I'm going to go back to the wing play that Nigerians are known for. And it's worked for us so far. 3 games, 3 in the bag, we've done very well. However, 47 months General used with the Super Eagles. That's the highest amount of time any coach has used with the Super Eagles. He won nothing. Stephen Keshi used less than 6 months, took the Super Eagles of blessed memory, took them to the Nations Cup, and he won it. A homegrown. So why can't we believe in the homegrown? He's proven and tested and trusted now because Raw didn't make it happen. Keshi did before Raw. Eguavoin is on his way. Everybody's rooting for the Super Eagles right now.
Yes, there's certainly more belief, more positivity and optimism about the Nigerian national team right now.
Yes.
And Eguavoin, it cannot be understated how well he has done, because it's not just about winning the games, it's about the atmosphere. Within, we see it, we see the passion, we see the drive amongst the players, that in the locker room there's certainly more camaraderie right now than there's been in a long time. Players are covering for themselves, as you said, and leaders are stepping up in the team, and this is being the Musa, is it?
Hamid Musa.
Hamid Musa has said this is going to be his last tournament for Nigeria, and I think a lot of that is also playing into how well the
Yes, maturity is coming to play now for
as
the players.
well.
Yeah.
And it goes without saying, no matter where in the world you are, homegrown managers, coaches should be the top of the list before you go down. If you cannot get a homegrown manager or coach, before you then offer jobs to foreigners, because no matter how much research they do, the team spirit, the understanding of the spirit of what it means to be a Nigerian national team member, to be in the back room and helping them win trophies, win tournaments, and living up to the expectations of the people of the country. No foreign manager can translate that.
I think Victor Mukaila said it all. He summed it up in short words, but I think he said it all by saying that the only way, the only reason that we should have a foreign coach is when he understands Nigeria, understands the players, understands management. Eguavoin has said, listen, the only way I'm succeeding is because I know them. They know me. I call them my colleagues. They are not my players. And that has worked for me.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I mean, the fact that we're the only team with the 100% record so far in the Nations Cup speaks volume. There are many times in the past whereby you have teams, you expect them to do well, and then you struggle, a draw, qualify with 5 points. Like you mentioned, back in 2013 when we had Keshi, that was the first time in my entire career as a football fan, and when I say career because I take it as a job, that I actually didn't believe in Super Eagles. As a matter of fact, when they released the team list, I didn't even look at it to say, I was like, yeah, we'll come back and that'll be it. And then we won the cup because Keshi was a fantastic man manager and he knew how to manage these players. Same with Eguavoin. You watched the team yesterday, he maintained something, which is a spine. Every great football team has a spine. You could see it was Trust Ekong, Ndidi, and Iheanacho. Those guys still maintain their position in the starting 11 and they played in the last 2 matches. And I have to tell you...
Mukaila and Victor, let's look at it from this way.
Yes.
Do you guys realize that was Nigeria's second 11? That was not the first 11.
Yes.
There was Uzoho in goal. There was
Sadiq Kumar.
Sadiq Kumar starting. As in, this was not Nigeria's first 11. And look at how well they play.
You know, I want to say something. We've talked in the past about the necessity of a philosophy. Once the philosophy is established, the spirit, and we've talked many times that when we do well in sports, it's by the grace of the Nigerian spirit. The individuals come to play because they know it is not just about the fans, it's about the pride they feel in their hearts to be Nigerians. That patriotism comes out and shines brightly. And I think the reason why Nigeria is doing so well right now under Eguavoin, the reason why we did so well under Keshi was because of the nature of the man management. Set up a philosophy, set up a shape, drill the boys in it, and give them the room to act upon it. Because their individuality is what brings out the best of our tactics, not the tactics
On a lighter note,
themselves.
Victor, you all know Toby, our producer. He sells jerseys. And he said, after Nigeria's match against Egypt, he sold more Nigerian jerseys than he has sold Manchester United, Barcelona jerseys in months. And that's the belief Nigerians are beginning to have in the Super Eagles.
So when I come back to Nigeria, Toby has to give me my own share of that proceeds.
That comes for free, though.
I agree with that.
You should come back to Nigeria to buy a jersey.
No.
The proceeds of plugging a resort over there.
Yes, the result. Okay, Mayowa, please help me out on this one. I still have Victor all the way from Garoua in Cameroon, and I've got Mukaila still here, and I'm still here too. Let's look at the highlights of the Super Eagles vs Guinea-Bissau match, how well they played, and we'll come back. Stay with us. Victor, before I let you go, the best of Nigerian football. So they will be going to Douala, and we'll find out later tomorrow or next tomorrow who their next opponents will be.
No,
But in your opinion, bro,
just yet.
sorry?
They're not going to Douala just yet. They'll still play the round of 16 match here in Garoua.
In the Garoua,
They
okay.
go to Douala, yes.
Okay, but
So after that,
if anyone comes our way, do you think the Super Eagles, these Super Eagles we watch for the past few days, do you think they should fear any foes?
not really, because our opponents will be the third best teams. I'm thinking that maybe the Comoros and a few other teams that might come in third. I think the biggest test will start from the quarterfinal stage, because that's when you now meet teams of almost equal quality. But then again, we've seen so, like, for instance, the games that will take place today in the Nations Cup, where you have, Sierra Leone, Algeria, Ivory Coast, and Equatorial Guinea. We've seen a group whereby you expect two teams to come out tops, and then the lesser teams are playing so well. Nobody saw Ghana losing to Comoros, So we can't be too confident. But even if we lose in the next round, based on these three performances so far, this is the best I've seen a national team play in years. And I don't think we should fear anybody. I think we should go all the way to the final.
You have anything for Victor before we let him go?
No. Just bring back some of that proceeds. I'm waiting.
Okay. Thank you very much, Victor, for joining us all the way from Garoua, Cameroon. Thank you very much, Victor. Now, I'm sure some female activists will be happy with our show this morning, because Salima Makansanga on Tuesday became the first female lead referee at an African Cup of Nations soccer match. At a soccer club in Rwanda's Kigali, members of the women's team were gathered around the television. But they were not focused on either team in this African Cup of Nations. They were cheering on the referee. On Tuesday, Rwanda's Salima Mukasanga made history as the first female lead referee of an AFCON match.
You have to go all the way back to
Somalia, first ever lead referee in 65 years of AFCON. And the lady said it's been a resilience. We love it or leave it, a lead referee in Africa is a man's world.
Well, it's for us, the observers, the spectators, who make such a big deal about these kinds of things. Oh, the first man on the moon, the first woman to lead as referee.
Anyone, really.
It could be anyone. My interest is more down to the personality, to the person. When she started,
I watched that match. She was actually very strict. She was firm. She was fantastic.
I'm sure when she started,
and all eyes were on her, of course.
When she started, I'm sure she just wanted to do a good job, no matter whether she was going to be the first male, the first female. I don't think it matters as to her sex for her anyway. For us as spectators, yes, it's something for the history books. But for her, she just wants to do a good job, and that in itself is what impresses me more than the fact that if she's good enough, if she continues down the same path of self-improvement, self-actualization, why not? She could even one day be a lead referee at the World Cup.
I know for one on the field of play that there are no men or women on the field of play. When you're playing or you're jogging or there's a team, we're all one, really. Alexandra, this is Mikhail's hope. Since Djokovic is not there anymore, you said Zverev could make it happen, yeah?
Well, Medvedev.
Medvedev.
But Zverev also could just as well make it happen. These are highly technical tennis players right now, and we haven't seen this level of technique since Djokovic.
Yeah.
My belief, obviously, is that Federer is the most technical tennis player that's ever lived. But the fact that Djokovic can rely on power, can rely on speed, and can rely on technique makes him the total package. And a lot of these players, I think, are taking cues from him.
Alexander Zverev shrugged off a rowdy center court crowd at a floodlit Rod Laver Arena to sail into the third round with an impressive 6-1, 6-1, 6-love win over local journeyman John Millman. Now, third seed Zverev defeated local favorite Millman 6-1, 6-4, 6-4, 6-love in under 2 hours and will face qualifier Radu Albiot in the third round. Now, fifth seed Maria Sakari made light work of China's Zheng Qian, romping to a 6-1, 6-4 win, set up a meeting with Veronika Kudentkova in the third round. We're going to go off the show shortly. And of course, I'll leave them with the NBA. Thank you very much, Maiwa. Thank you very much, Kay. Thank you very much, Stephen. Thank you very much, Mukail. Thank you very much, Victor Godfrey, all the way from Garoua in Cameroon. Now, the Splash Brothers rolled back the years on Tuesday to lead the Golden State Warriors to the 102-86 win over the Detroit Pistons. I will leave you with that. My name is Wally Scott. Join us same time tomorrow, same station, Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa. Like I always advise you, at the end of every show, if not for anything, at least for your hearts, do some sports.